Right, hello, you gorgeous people, and welcome to another episode of Tamara Unfiltered. I am back, and as unfiltered, well, it's a bad cup of coffee. Anyway, how are you, glorious people? I hope you're well. I hope you are marvellous. I'm hoping you've just listened to my last podcast, or at least know what the hell has been going on in my life, because I want to follow on a little bit from last week and what I was talking about. Now, if you remember, I was saying I had met this guy, and I think what was happening to me and what was going on health wise was basically a universal sign or a scream from the universe saying, hey, stay away from this guy. And the rest of the story that I wanted to tell you last week kind of will help you understand why I feel like this. So obviously I'd met with him, seen him a couple of times, and after each time we had done the business, I had had these terrible episodes and I'd been really unwell. Anyway, I didn't really make the connection until a little while afterwards that it could have something to do with him. But the weekend of my colonoscopy, so this was due on the Monday and we're going to be talking about the Friday. I can't tell you too much of this story because I do not want to give anybody's identity away. But there is somebody I know who we both clearly fancy each other, and it's been like that for a while, but because of the relationship we have, it's not that. However, we did get into a discussion about how we could, I don't know, be in each other's lives in a way that was comfortable for each other. Basically, I have come to the conclusion after seeing this guy that as much as I really would like to meet someone, and I'm probably ready to meet someone, I'm still don't have the time or the space for a whole man. And I know that sounds crazy because it's like, well, if it was the right person, you would just slot them in. But no, the way I have set up my life and it's not even the way I've set up my life, like the way my life is currently, I have my children full time. And not only do I have them full time, I homeschool. I'm now only homeschooling the younger two, but I'm homeschooling. I'm running the businesses, myself. And I almost feel like it would be unfair to start something with someone knowing that I don't actually have, I just don't have the space for them like that. I think as well, the dangerous thing about being on your own for so long is that you become very comfortable with yourself. I'm so happy on my own, and this is not that, trying to scream that I'm happy, because really genuinely, on my children's lives, I am genuinely happy, there is nothing as peaceful as not having a man in your life. And I only know that because I've had men in my life over the years. And honestly, some of the worst times of my life have been when I've had a man in it. And I think I've become so comfortable on my own and so, I don't know, somewhat one with myself. I'm genuinely, I love myself so much now and I value myself so much that, I don't know, first of all, you'd have to be real special for me to want to even let you into my space. But more than that, it's I don't want people in my space that much. And also, I don't know, I don't know if this is wrong or right, but I've also always had a fear of having other men around my children. No offence to the one or two men that might listen to this podcast, but the majority of men are just potential. I just see them as potential predators. And I would never want to have a man in my house that wasn't their father, that could, I don't know, I read some awful study the other day saying the one factor that actually contributes to child abuse is a step parent. That's apparently the common denominator between child, or the one thing that makes you more likely to be abused as a child is if you have a step parent in the house. These things are fucked up to me, and it's not even this is just stuff that I read. The things I have heard over the years, especially when I used to do my guidance, speaking to some of you guys, hearing the stuff that you've been through, it's just diabolical, and I would never want to put my children at risk. So I'm really limited to the time and space that I actually have for a man in my life. Anyway, let me stop waffling. Point to this is, I know this guy, and both of us are kind of at a place where we don't really have time for anything serious, but at the same time we want the benefits of, well, not all the benefits of a relationship, I'm just going to be real, the fucking sexual benefits of a relationship. Anyway, so we decided to link up, and this was on the Friday before the Monday. Now, the first thing is, I know I shouldn't have been doing that, considering I was supposed to be getting ready for this operation and considering what had happened with this other guy. I just know I wasn't supposed to be doing that. But I'm not going to lie to you, there was a little bit of me that thought maybe I was fucking dying, and if I was going to die, I was sure as fuck wasn't going out without having a real good time, yeah? So, oh my God, I had a real good time, like, Jesus Christ, such a good time. But, so that was the thoughts on that situation. But not only did I have a good time, I wasn't ill afterwards. Like, absolutely nothing happened. And so that, to me, kind of really highlighted that actually maybe this might be that guy. And this is what I couldn't say on last week's show, but that's what I was trying to get at. Like, a couple of days before this happened, seeing this other guy and then being absolutely fine afterwards made me realise that maybe it wasn't actually, like, me health related. It was the universe trying to say about this other fucking guy. Anyway, I want to talk about this guy, not too much obviously, because I would like to know people's thoughts and opinions on dating younger or dating older, if that's the way you want to go. I am, as most of you will know, I'm 39. I am due to be 40. I'm going to be 40 on Valentine's Day, guys. Most of you know that's when my birthday is, but I'm coming up to 40. And this guy, he's literally just come up to 30. Like, I'm not even going to lie. Like, I should probably hide my face in shame. But yeah, he's coming up to 30. And I don't know how I feel about this. Now, I know with him, like, it's not going to be something that goes anywhere. But meeting him and having such a good time and actually not feeling like... Because I've always felt like I can't deal with younger guys. Like, what... My first thought is, like, what are we going to talk about? Like, when I was 10, you were nothing. Like, to me, it's just fucking weird, right? But I don't know if it's because we were both obviously clearly not even bothered, like, about trying to meet each other on some, like, deep intellectual level. We knew what time it was. But I don't know, we just really got on, and I found it quite easy to be with him. And do you know what the craziest thing was? Even though I know him, I don't really know him. And he doesn't know a lot about me. And so he was like, well, what do you do? Now, here's the thing. When I meet guys, I never know to tell them what I do. And I always just, like, say really weird things, like, and then make myself sound stupid and, like, maybe I'm a bum who does nothing. Because I never want to say, first of all, what am I going to say? Oh, I'm not Dr. Tamara. What a wanky, stupid things to say. I hate influencers. I hate even having that kind of tag on my fucking head. Like, I hate content creators. I hate the whole... not that I hate what I do, but I just find the whole thing so wanky. I don't tell people. And then, I'm not going to lie... I think I've been a bit psychologically damaged by, like, my ex, like my baby father, because he was so flipping clearly, I don't even know what the word is, like, jealous maybe? Jealous isn't the right word, but, like, he clearly didn't like the Instagram thing. He didn't like the thing is, even though all of you who are listening now, you're all just women my age, like, but in his head, I know he felt like all it was a bunch of men that wanted to stick their penis in me. Like, that is what he felt like was going on. And I felt like there was a big element of jealousy. And I also felt like he felt like I could go anywhere I wanted because I have this big following. We know that's ridiculous, but I think that's what was going on in his head. And I think over the years, you know, I've met certain people and stuff's come up, and it's just very clear that even though you lot might think I'm cool, men don't actually think that. Men really want you to be better than them, I've come to realise. And they certainly don't like it when you do better than them, especially financially. And I don't know. I actually just lost my train of thought again. I haven't even smoked a spliff in the last hour. What the entire fudge? What was I just flipping saying? I don't even know. I was talking about this new guy, wasn't I? But I didn't think we would be able to meet, like, not that we did meet that deeply and intellectually, like I said, but I just didn't think that, I don't know, we'd be able to get on. But I was surprised by how we got on. And now I'm just sat here questioning, like, is that okay? Like, could I potentially be, again, not with him, but could I potentially be in a relationship with somebody who's a lot younger than me? And I pose this question because seeing this guy has made me realise that, again, even though I don't have the time, it has made me realise that I think I need a bit more in the way of companionship. Like, I've openly admitted before, like, my hoe days were strong, and I honestly felt like, you know, when we came to this agreement, I'm still strong in my hoe strength, like I would be able to do this. But honestly, like, I've already started, I don't know, when you just start thinking about someone, and I'm just like, oh my god, you can't do this. Like, this is not meant to be a serious thing. So I started thinking, well, actually, you probably need to try and meet someone, because, if you are someone who would like something serious but doesn't have a lot of time, there are probably plenty of people out there like that. You just need to go and find them, right? So I've joined. Oh my god! Now you're all going to be like, Tamara, this is not how you go about this. But drum roll, please. I have actually finally just joined Tinder. Now, I don't know why none of you didn't tell me how fun Tinder was. Tinder is fun. It's clearly a fuck fest, but it is fun. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because everybody, not everybody, but I'm going to say 90% of the men on Tinder that are messaging me are either 29 or 30. And I don't know why. So many 29-year-olds that I've actually Googled the meaning of the number 29, because I'm like, is the universe trying to send me a message? It's been really fucking weird. But again, this is why I want to pose this question, like, how young is too young? And now, I'm going to tell you a funny, I should have said this in the beginning, because I told this to my friend the other day and she was fucking crying. But I've got a really good friend who, well, her hoe days are still strong. And a couple of years back, she started fucking one young guy. He was young. she's like, I'm calling it the Youth Outreach Project, right? So I said to her, like, I'm thinking of becoming like a support worker, because I'm really enjoying the work. I'm not even gonna lie. But how young is too young? I've said before, like, nobody under 35, but this guy's obviously just 30, and I'm like, I don't think I'd go any younger than that. I mean, where does it end? Like, am I going to get put on a list or something? I don't fucking know. Like, my friend was calling me a nonce. It was really funny. That's funny, not funny. But what do we think is okay? Is it okay to be dating these younger men? Or is it, as my daughter pointed out, here's this for funny. So, obviously, we don't have the most normal family dynamic. We're quite close. And I got Tinder, and Amelia's come upstairs, and I'm like, oh my god, look, I'm on Tinder, come and look at these men. So she's helping me go through these men. She's like, no. And I'm like, oh, he likes me. She's like, Mum, he's 29. I'm like, yeah, but he likes me. She's like, he's got mother issues. And I was like, oh my god, why hadn't that crossed my mind? Why have I not thought that these men don't actually fucking think I'm hot? They just want a fucking mum, because they're all they're all just bloody orphans who are lost. I don't know. But that really fucking made me laugh, but also made me think, like, are we actually genuinely attractive to these younger guys for whatever reason? Or is it that they are all lacking a mum and they want to get some sex? I don't know. It is a question, and I would appreciate your thoughts on it. Anyway, so as I said, I've been on Tinder. Tinder is funny, and I am talking to a couple of other young men. God, again, I really should be careful what I say. I really will get put on a list, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. I don't know if it's something I could take seriously long term. But what I will say is I am enjoying having fun. And I'm also enjoying, like, that thing I started with that first guy. He was so quickly trying to move into my house and move into my life. Like, my weekends off, I'm saying, like, he's wanting to see me, and I'm like, I've got to work. He's saying, I'll help you do your admin. Oh my god, my vagina's never dried up so quickly in my life. Like, that, I don't want to hear that. You want to help me do... No, bro. Why don't you go and get another fucking job and make some more money? Ugh. But... I don't know, this other guy, like, he's got his shit together, and I like that he's busy and hasn't got time to fucking bother me. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm just on Tinder seeing what the fuck's gonna happen. Because this is another thing as well. I've kind of, for a long time, I've been very happily single, but in the back of my head, I've just thought, I guess what every woman thinks, like, if it's going to happen, it will happen. Like, I'll meet someone, in an unorthodox way. I think I watch so many Hallmark movies and read so many books that I just think, well, I'm going to have to move to, like, a chateau in France and fall in love with a gardener before, like, anything actually happens like that. But things like that don't happen unless like, I'm going to, like, fall in love with the Tesco delivery man or the postman, and it's definitely not going to be the postman. I've seen his legs. Where are you expected to meet someone? How is this actually expected to happen? It's like saying to the universe, oh, well, I really want some money, and then you just lie like this in your bed. I mean, unless you're going to open your legs and invite some fucking customers in. How are you making money? How are you going to make that happen? You have to make things happen to make things happen. So I just think, I don't know if Tinder is the best idea, but it has been fun so far, and we will see where it goes. Anyway, I want to hear from you guys. Is anybody on Tinder? Have you met your husband on Tinder? Have you met your wife on Tinder? I would like to know your thoughts on the situation. Have you dated younger? Have you dated older? Should I be dating older? And this is another thing I want to point out. Actually, do you know what's funny? On the end of this list, I'm going to wrap this up soon. It's going to be a bit of a shorter podcast. But on the end of this list, I just want to tell you all, please, if you have Netflix, go to Netflix and look up Ali Wong's new stand-up comedy called Single Lady. I could have word for word written every fucking thing she said. It is hilarious. It's so fucking funny. I've actually watched it twice. It was that good. And now I've lost my train of thought of what I was going to say. What was I going to say? It was going to be funny as well. Not as funny as Ali Wong. You guys really need to go and watch that. But yeah, I would just like to know your guys' thoughts on this. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I feel like on some level, because I've got a friend who she's a bit older than me, but you wouldn't know. You might think she's like 30 or whatever. She looks so young. She's got such a young spirit. She only dates younger guys, and she said it's only younger guys that kind of approach her. And I said to her, like, do you think, like, either A, we're fucking immature as fuck, or do you think it's because we actually have a lot of young energy? Like, I'm not going to say I'm quite youthful and sprightly, but I have a lot more energy than some of my friends do my age. Like, for instance, last night I've gone to my friend's house and I'm like, can we get dressed and go out? Like, who wants to go granaries? Who wants to go out? Who wants to do something? No one ever wants to come granaries with me. But no one wants to go out because everybody's fucking tired, and admittedly half people don't have childcare and whatever. And I know we're older and it's different now, but a lot of my friends just don't have the energy I have. And I feel like men my age equally don't have the energy. Like, a 40, 50-year-old is not going to be fucking you the same way a 30-year-old is. I'll tell you that right now. They don't have the stamina. I still fuck like I'm 25. Sorry if that's TMI. But I think that's maybe why I am attracting these younger men, is because on some level I need someone who can actually match my energy. And I'm just not yet feeling like the 40-year-old woman that I'm about to be. Or maybe I am, and this is some sort of midlife crisis meltdown, perimenopausal failure. I mean, I don't know. We don't know. But I mean, it feels all right. So I'm going to go with it for now. And do you know what? I'm going to end with on this. I am feeling so much better seeing Stacey better. I am feeling so much better because I'm taking 10 billion supplements, and I'm feeling a lot better because I know I'm not fucking dying. But I think ultimately what I am feeling good about, and this is what I wanted to say at the beginning, because I am so grateful to this fucking young guy, because that Friday I was obviously quite worried, but not really acknowledging it. You know, I'm just like one of them get on with it people. I'll just smoke a spliff and I'll be like, everything is fine. It's all fine till it's not fucking fine, innit? So I'm just like, get on with it. Back of my head, I know I'm not feeling so great, but I saw that guy on Friday. Do you know, on Saturday morning I woke up, yeah, 2 broke legs, feeling like on fucking cloud 999. I was so fucking hyped up from that sex. I felt so energized. So probably because I siphoned the soul of a young man. Let's think about it. Maybe that's what happens. But I felt so fucking good. I spent the next 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, where I basically had to starve myself and shit myself all day, feeling fantastic. I was actually sitting on the toilet, shitting my life out, just with the biggest grin on my face, thinking about the multiple orgasms I'd had the night before. It's like it served such a big purpose in my life. I remember I woke up on, like, when I come out of all of that on Monday, I just remember thinking about him and thinking, God, I'm so grateful we had that experience, because it completely distracted me from everything that was going on. I didn't once think about that colonoscopy on that weekend. Like I said, I was just thinking about the fucking good times that I had. But my point was, what I wanted to say was, in Vedic medicine, they have like, I think it's like 4 pillars of health or 3 pillars of health. So it's like 3 or 4 things that you need to basically stay alive and be healthy. You know, one of them is sex. Like, sex is actually really important for your health. And my lovely, God bless Punapat, if you ever need a massage and you live in my area, Healing Hands Thai Spa, you're going to get a better massage. That woman has saved my life. But whenever I go to her for a massage and my back's all stiff, she's rubbing my back and she's like, you need sex, you need to go dancing. That's all she ever fucking says to me. And having now had some fucking sex after so long not having it, and having good sex as well, I feel fantastic. I feel like a new woman. I mean, honestly, if you're just joining this podcast now, go and watch the first one. A lot has fucking changed. I'm just, I don't know, I feel like revitalised, I feel energised, I feel good, and I feel, I don't know, this might sound really bad, But I understand how energy works, and I have just been riding this energy wave. We've launched the podcast. This is the week I actually launched the podcast technically in real time. And I don't know, it's just, I'm feeling really good, really, really good. And it's just, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, call me a nonce, put me on a list, but I'm just right about now. I'm quite happy with where I am, and yeah, I'm not trying to change it anytime soon. Unless I meet my husband on Tinder. I don't know. We'll see where things go. But I want to know your thoughts. Is 10 years too young? Am I going to get put on a list? Like, are you all going to start talking about me on the internet? I don't know. And do you know why I want to talk about this? Because I've just literally seen and posted an Instagram video to my stories. I think it's like David Beckham's kids. He's 19 and he's got a 30-year-old girlfriend, and everybody is like losing their mind in the comments. Oh my god, that's disgusting, that's disgusting. And I thought, but this is the same, this is basically the kind of age gap I have now. And like, is it like, I don't know, is it alright, or am I worthy of a comment bashing? I don't know. Maybe I fucking am, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll leave you guys to decide. Leave me a comment, let me know if you still love me, or you're gonna report me. Anyway, I love you all so much. Thank you for listening to this. Next week's show is the supplement show, and I mean by next week I mean in 10 minutes I'm gonna go and change my outfit, get all my supplements, and tell you what the fuck I've been taking. So please, next week tune in. I'll be back on Thursday. Thank you guys so much for listening. I love you very, very much. Not as much as I'm loving fucking these young guys. Please, if you don't want to sign up to be a support worker at the Youth Outreach Project, let me know. We're taking applications. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Happy Christmas. I am stoned. Anyway, I love you. Happy flipping whatever day it is. Mwah.